In 1897, being a pregnant woman was a curse, especially if you weren't married. Society would reject you, the church would condemn you, and you couldn't find work. Clara Bennett was 25 years old and pregnant. The baby's father had abandoned her, her family had rejected her, and every door in town had slammed in her face, until an Apache ranch owner looked at her. What he saw wasn't a sinful woman, just a human being who needed help. The decision he made that day saved 2 lives and taught a town what humanity really means. Hello, my dear friend. I am Ricardo Rodriguez, the narrator of Dreams and Destinies. Before we begin, I invite you to subscribe to our channel and tell me which city you're watching from. A big hug, and enjoy the story. Clara Bennett had grown up in a middle-class family in Boston. She was well-educated, she was beautiful, she was intelligent, and she was full of dreams. When she was 22, she met a man named Thomas. He was handsome, he was charming, and he told Clara he loved her. "We'll get married," Thomas would say. "We'll go west, we'll build a new life." Clara believed him, and she trusted him. But Thomas never married her. When Clara became pregnant, Thomas disappeared one night and one morning, without any explanation, without leaving a note. He just left. When Clara told her family, her father threw her out of the house. "You're no longer part of this family," he said coldly. "Leave and never come back." Her mother cried, but she did nothing, and Clara was alone. Clara came to Redstone, a small town in Arizona. She didn't even know why she went there. Maybe she wanted to disappear, maybe to start fresh. But as a pregnant woman, nothing was easy. First, she went to the boarding house. "I'd like a room," she said. The landlady looked down at her, looked at her swollen belly. "Are you married?" Clara hesitated. "No, but then you have no place here," the woman said sharply. "We serve respectable people." Clara went to the next place, and the next. Every door gave the same answer. Finally, she was able to stay in a cheap shack on the edge of town. To pay the rent, she needed to find work, but finding work was nearly impossible. Clara went to the town's general store. "Can I work here?" she asked. "I can organize shelves, I can clean, I'll do anything." The store owner shook his head. "I'm sorry, but your condition isn't appropriate. Customers would be uncomfortable." Clara went to the barber, to the restaurant, to the laundry house. Everywhere she got the same answer. "You're pregnant, and you're not married. We can't hire you." One day she went to the church. Maybe the priest would help. "Please," Clara said, her voice trembling. "I just need food, a job, anything." The priest looked at her for a long time. "You have sinned," he said coldly, "and now you're paying the price. Repent and ask for God's mercy." "But I'll starve," Clara said, her eyes wet. "Then," said the priest, "let this be a lesson to you." When Clara left the church, she felt exhausted. No one was going to help her. Outside of town, on a small ranch, lived Neshoba. He was 40 years old. He was Apache. And years ago, his wife and little daughter had died from disease. After them, Neshoba lived alone. He worked his ranch, tended his animals, and quietly survived. He didn't interact much with people, because the townspeople didn't trust him. "He's an Apache," they would say. "Be careful." But Neshoba didn't care. He just wanted to live in peace. However, as the ranch grew, the work became difficult. He needed help, but he couldn't find anyone. "I won't work for an Apache," people would say. One morning, Neshoba came to town. Maybe someone would want to work. And that's when he saw Clara. Clara was sitting on the street, on a bench outside the store. She was tired, hungry, and hopeless. Neshoba approached her. "Are you all right?" he asked. Clara looked up. Standing before her was a tall, serious-faced man in Apache clothing. "I'm fine," Clara said, but her voice wasn't convincing. "You look hungry. Neshoba said. Clara was embarrassed. I'm looking for work, but no one wants me. Neshoba looked at her swollen belly, and he understood. Can you do ranch work? He asked. Clara was surprised. You, want to hire me? I need help, Neshoba said simply. You need help. This makes sense. But I'm pregnant, Clara said quietly. I know, Neshoba said. But do your hands work? Clara nodded. Then, Neshoba said, you can come, work. I'll give you a place to stay and food, and fair wages. Clara couldn't believe it. But what will people say? Neshoba shrugged. People always say something, but this is your life and my ranch. Do you want to come? Clara's eyes filled with tears. Yes, she said. Yes, please. Neshoba's ranch was 5 miles from town. It was a simple house, wooden, small, but it was clean and warm. This is your room, Neshoba said, showing her a small room. It's not much, but it's safe. Clara entered the room. There was a simple bed, a window, and a closet. But to Clara, this was a palace. Thank you, she said, her voice breaking. Why are you helping me? Neshoba paused. Because once I needed help too, but no one helped me. And I know that pain. Clara nodded. I won't let you down. I know, Neshoba said. You start work tomorrow. Clara began working on the ranch. She woke up early in the mornings, tended the chickens, watered the garden. In the afternoons, Neshoba taught her about farming. The land, Neshoba would say, is everything. Respect it. It will respect you. Clara listened carefully. She had grown up in the city. She knew nothing about farming, but she was eager to learn. Weeks passed. Clara grew stronger. Her belly grew larger, but she continued working. Neshoba never gave her too much work. Rest for your baby, he would say. Work is always there, but a baby is only born once. Clara would look at him gratefully. You're so kind. No, Neshoba would say. I'm just human. It was September. Clara was 9 months along. That night the contractions began. Clara was scared. Neshoba, she called out. Neshoba came immediately. What's wrong? The baby is coming. Neshoba stayed calm. Okay, I'm here with you. You don't need to be afraid. That night Neshoba stayed by Clara's side. He called the midwife. He heated water. He held her hand. And toward morning, the baby was born. A little girl, healthy, beautiful. When Clara held her, she cried. My daughter, she said, my beautiful daughter. Neshoba smiled. She's strong, like you. Clara looked at him. You're like a father. You helped us. You protected us. Because, Neshoba said quietly, I was once a father, and I missed that feeling. Word spread. The pregnant woman had given birth at the Apache's ranch. The townspeople were angry. This is disgraceful, they said. That man is keeping her in his house. This is wrong. A group of townspeople came to the ranch. Neshoba, they shouted, send that woman away. This is unacceptable. Neshoba came outside, calm but determined. Clara will continue to stay here, he said. She works, and she's caring for her baby. She harms no one. But she's sinful, someone shouted. She's a human being, Neshoba said firmly. And if you chose to reject her, that's your sin, not mine. The crowd fell silent. I, Neshoba said, lost my wife and daughter, and that day was the darkest of my life. But you didn't help me. You left me alone. Now that Clara needs help, I won't leave her alone. An old woman stepped forward. She was elderly, wise. Perhaps, she said, perhaps we made a mistake. Perhaps we wronged Clara. Others nodded quietly, and slowly the crowd dispersed. Months passed. Clara and her baby, Grace, continued to live on the ranch. Clara worked, Neshoba helped her, and Grace grew. One day, Clara said something to Neshoba. "You've become a family to us, and I'm grateful to you." Neshoba smiled. "You've become a family to me too. For a long time, I was alone, but now, I'm not." Clara hesitated. "Neshoba, I want to ask you something." "Ask." "When Grace grows up, who will I say took care of her? You? Me?" Neshoba thought. "Us," he finally said. "We both took care of her, because we are a family." Clara cried, from happiness, from relief, and from love. Years later, when Grace was 10 years old, she asked her mother, Clara, "Mom, who is my father?" Clara paused, then smiled. "Your father's name is Neshoba, and he's the best man. But he's Apache." "Yes," Clara said, "and he accepted me when no one else would. He gave me a home. He gave you a future. Race doesn't matter. What matters is the heart." Grace nodded. "Then I'm lucky, because I have the best father." Clara hugged her. "Yes, you're very lucky. And so am I." Sometimes the greatest kindnesses come from the most unexpected people. Clara had been rejected by society, but Neshoba accepted her, gave her a chance, and 2 lives changed forever. The story reminds us that humanity is stronger than social rules, and sometimes one person's kindness can change a world. If this story touched you, please like and comment. In the next video, I'll tell you another unforgettable story. See you soon.